It started as a harmless superstition, something silly that my friends and I would joke about in high school. We heard it from a friend of a friend, the kind of urban legend you'd tell around a campfire to spook each other out. "Whatever you do, don't blink twice in the mirror at midnight," they said, or, "It will notice." I laughed when I first heard it. How ridiculous could it be? A game for thrill seekers and those who loved to scare themselves. But as with all urban legends, curiosity got the better of me. I had to try it. It was a Friday night, home alone in the old, creaky house my parents had left me in for the weekend. I waited until the clock struck 11:59. With nothing but the dim glow of my phone lighting my way, I walked to the bathroom. I looked at my reflection. The face staring back was just me. No monsters, no shadows creeping in the corners. It was just me. For now. I stared, my eyes wide and dry from refusing to blink. The second hand ticked slowly, agonizingly. Then, the moment came. Midnight. I blinked once, I blinked again. For a brief second, everything seemed normal. I chuckled to myself, thinking about how stupid the whole thing was. But then, the reflection smiled. I hadn't. My heart pounded in my chest as I stepped back, away from the mirror. The reflection's eyes never left mine, even as I retreated. Its smile grew wider, stretching impossibly across its face until it looked like something that belonged on a mannequin, not a human. And then it moved. Not me, my reflection. It raised its hand, fingers twitching, waving at me. I froze. My body wouldn't respond. I wanted to run, scream, anything, but all I could do was stare at the reflection, which now seemed to be mocking me. Its smile turned sinister. Suddenly, the light in the bathroom flickered and then went out completely. I was plunged into darkness. I felt a cold breath on the back of my neck, though I was alone, or at least, I thought I was. The air felt thick, suffocating, as if something was standing right behind me, watching. Then I heard it. A faint whisper in my ear. "Why did you blink?" I whipped around, but there was nothing there. My heart was racing, and I scrambled for my phone to turn on the flashlight. When the light flooded the room, the bathroom was empty. But when I glanced back at the mirror, I saw it. The reflection hadn't moved. It was still smiling. Only now, it wasn't standing in the mirror anymore. It was closer, just behind the glass, its eyes staring directly into mine. I blinked again, unable to stop myself this time. When my eyes opened, the reflection was gone. But the cold feeling remained. I bolted out of the bathroom, slamming the door behind me, but the feeling of being watched didn't fade. Every room I entered, every corner I turned, I could feel it. My reflection, or whatever that thing was, lurking just out of sight. For days after, things weren't right. Mirrors became unbearable. I covered every reflective surface in my house, but it didn't matter. I'd catch glimpses of it in windows, in puddles, in my phone's screen. The smile was always there, mocking me, waiting. I haven't looked in a mirror since. I can't risk seeing it again. But sometimes, in the dead of night, I hear that whisper. "Why did you blink?" And now I can't help but wonder, what happens if I blink again?
Beat the devil out of it. That really is the fun part of this whole technique. I have more pleasure just beating the brush than anybody in the country. I have people now that write me letters and say they have no desire to paint. They just bought a brush so they can beat it and take out their frustrations. That's okay. That's okay.